Hello again, it's Let's Play Kameo. Today we're heading into Mountain Falls, our new area. We're going to need Ash to do that.
Collecting elemental fruit.
While we have him,
I'm
let's
sure what he
upgrade him.
is.
He's earned it. We only need to see this animation once, I think. So now Ash is fully upgraded. And he kind of exemplifies a problem I have with this game's upgrade system, which is that fully upgraded characters don't feel particularly upgraded. For the most part, they feel like that's how they should have been from the beginning. Like, his extended fire breath there was not very impressive at all. He does have one upgrade that we'll be seeing a little later that actually is a little better, but now that we've gotten through this game's anti-sequence breaking, we got another shadow troll to hunt.
That's Major Ruin, and he's just what we need to get around this rocky landscape. Chase down the shadow troll and destroy it.
And as Ortho said, that snail-elephant inside that shadow troll is quite familiar. Typical fare. Follow the cluster of bats up that hill. First, we gotta go up this glitchy hill and get at our first elemental fruit of the area. There's a much less glitchy path right behind me, but I chose to take the hill. Now with that in hand, we can pursue that elemental warrior. There's nothing actually this way, I just kind of went the wrong way. Just back up the path after that cluster of bats. Just across that bridge. Oh no, it collapsed under the weight of bats flying over it. And then it turned into Pokey from Super Mario World. Now it's frolicking about the beach with its Pokey brothers. We are not going to stand for that. Just take the shortcut down to the first floor. And unfortunately for it, it is frolicking right next to a bomb. A bomb with a ridiculously long fuse. There it goes. And that tooltip there is just telling us to use Rubble's mineral magnetism to drag the Pokey back to where its rightful place is.
I think I have an idea.
There's Ortho, getting ready to tell us the same thing the tooltip just did. You may have noticed that the screen's a little less cluttered because I've turned it off. The controls and the score are no longer constantly on screen. They're only on screen when they change. And I'm probably going to do the same to Ortho. Shut him up. Now that we've rebuilt the bridge, though, we can cross to where the shadow troll went. But first, another quick elemental fruit around the back. Now we can head into the cave. And that's a familiar scene. They like to lock the wells now, though, so we're gonna have to relight those torches.
First, the weapons of the past, the torch that casts their glow. Then towards the ancient sailor's anchor you must go. Third, the single candle that was placed to light the cave. Last, the bones of someone who is resting in their grave.
Rare sure does like to write rhymes. And if you couldn't figure out that that gibberish was a hint on how to solve this particular puzzle, there was a short cutscene telling us exactly that, and another tooltip telling us to precisely aim ashes, flames to light the torches. These cages here have lobsters that'll swing at us if we get in front of them. Here's what happens if you light the wrong torch. Three beetles. And that beetle is wisely hiding behind those fireproof chains. Not for long, though. So yeah, as the cutscene pointed out, we go for the weapons first. Then the anchor, which is behind us. There we go. See the anchor to the left there. That's the candle. And finally, the bones that are most definitely not resting in their grave. We're back in the Shadow Realm. Kameo's still surprised by seeing that Shadow Troll for some reason. I believe that blue ring that just shot out is warning us of an upcoming new attack that this guy has, but he doesn't actually use it during this fight. We've already got one of the 3 hits we need. Yeah, we got chain strangled. I didn't know the Shadow Troll itself could actually strangle you like that. We're mostly done with this guy already, which is good because we've seen this fight exactly as it currently is twice now. And when he does his creeper attack, I don't think it's possible to hit him. If it is possible, I have terrible timing. Here he is, creeping up on us again. And I missed him again. Still took care of him in the end. Rescued Major Ruin. He's a little bit less adorable as a sprite. And even in his adult form, he still looks kind of goofy. But it's good to have him back.
Major Ruin.
Now that we have 4 warriors, it'll be essentially use the warrior wheel quite often. And now that we have them, we can slaughter these lobsters in their own cave. And of course, we're doing that to get an elemental fruit, which is in this one. We'll leave that last lobster to tell the tale. For now, though, we're done here. Those stone chests we can blow up, but they only have
The lobsters will hear us.
lobster. They only have coins in them. So it's not really worth the trouble. And it is quite a bit of trouble. You have to roll the bombs using Major Ruin over there. Controls are pretty janky. And immediately we're going after yet another Shadow Troll. First, though, we can use Major Ruin to jump a gap that was back here. That'll let us start the Hidden Sign quest for this area. And I contemplated jumping off there, but there is something left to do up here. One last thing. Big sandcastle looking thing has a quest for us given to us by a very slow talking old man.
This is the Shrine of Light, our famous monument. It can, or at least it could have been seen for miles around.
That's enough out of you, buddy. I've sped up the quest too, so get ready.
Mercy me! This is all I have to offer, apart from my undying gratitude. Thank you.
Yeah, that's enough out of you. God, that guy talks so slow. So yeah, that quest is kind of cool. I like the idea of a shooting gallery for the torch. I did not mean to talk to him again.
Sending tourists our way.
But it's got kind of a cheap secret where you have to go around to a side area to hit all the torches on the inside, and then there's more torches outside. And there's a elixir of life that we picked up along the way too. But that top area is done. Now that we have Major Ruin, we can start solving some puzzles down here. First of which involves quickly taking down one of those pokies. Don't need bombs for that anymore. And up this little pathway. There's another one of those little pads that forms the pokey into a weird shape. This one is a ramp. And I overshot the jump, which is fine because there's nothing up there yet. Or would have had to do it again anyway. So back down here on the beach area, we got these rocks, and they're vaguely reminiscent of the shells on the beach in the Enchanted Kingdom, because that's basically what they are. And the other ones just have beetles in them. And back here's the shop.
Legendary Mountain Falls one-stop embarkation point. If you need it, we have it.
Shopkeeper's got a pretty damn cool voice. It's too bad we won't be talking to him very much, because we're going to buy him out right now. That's the pathway we're going to need to go to advance. Looks like we're going to have to climb a mountain to open this door. That's something to look forward to. And I did a few laps around that pillar, trying to look for something that we're going to get much later, because I couldn't find it. But for one last elemental fruit, we're going to bomb these stone chests. We needed Major Ruin for that because you can't move the bombs without him. So now we just gotta wait for that fuse to wear out. Takes maybe 2 seconds too long. Oh, we got our elemental fruit now. So let's get up that mountain. First, we're going to upgrade our wallet with the coins that we got from those chests we blew up. And this little ramp they're going to have us go up shows off a weird aspect of the rush attack, which is you can do it in midair. It took me a long time to figure that out the first time, but it's important to note in order to get up this mountain.
Overhead! There! That's Deep Blue. And if you rescue him from the Shadow Troll, then we'll be able to enter the Water Temple.
And that's the goal for this area, entering the Water Temple. Bit of a preview of the weird purple rocks at the summit of this mountain. And these they're not trolls. I don't know what they are exactly, but they're basically like pummelweed, except they creep on us, which is kind of irritating. You can't really uproot them while they're underground. You just gotta wait for them to come at you, and the best way to deal with them is with Ash, but he's just slightly too slow to avoid the creeper attack when it comes up, so you kind of have to switch between a faster character and Ash in order to really efficiently take care of those guys without getting hit. Blew up that tower, which is full of jet fuel for some reason. A lot of explosives just lying around in this area, which we'll use to our advantage. Let's fill that new wallet of ours. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of rolling boulders. Narrowly avoided that one, completely on accident. And once again. That grinder there, I really like to get a monster in there, but I don't even know if it works. Like I saw the troll run right into it earlier and nothing really happened. So if it does anything, I can't get it to work. Yeah, that's how we unlock the door, more torch lighting. Gonna be lighting a whole lot of torches up this mountain. And this is the end of the path. I've passed all the torches, but the door is back at the entrance, so I have to backtrack anyway. Ash has a little falling animation, which I never noticed before. There's the last of the torches. They have that little wall texture that makes them much easier to find. We'll want to have to keep panning the camera up all the time. That would have been very irritating. That dramatic music made no sense for about 10 seconds there. So this is a stone troll. We're just going to ignore it for a couple of seconds. That's the solution right there. You can see the bomb bounced off him there because it wasn't lit. Once we do get it lit, right here, he crashes into it, he explodes himself. For all that fanfare, he was a pretty simple enemy. While I'm collecting the treasure, got some optional enemies here. Basically just to use them to improve your combo meter. I sure do love burning enemies alive with Ash. Got another outdoor section. This time all the explosive material on the ship makes sense, because that guy probably needs fuel to shoot his cannon. And we got more torches to open the next door. And while I was panning around to get a good angle on that ramp, I noticed that there was a torch I'd already missed. Fireballs have just barely enough distance to make it there without me having to backtrack. A nice feature of being able to rush while in the air is that if you screw up platforming, you can get a second chance. That bastard shot me from off screen. Appreciate that. And this is kind of a trick here. If you charge up the rush too much, you go right into that explosive barrel. And the stone troll for this area is already dead and turned into a ramp, which makes these enemies also optional. I just love burning people so much. I'm not even really improving my combo meter because I keep getting hit. And there's archers up top that are also plinking away at our combo meter. It's just a bad scene. It's fun though. That plant guy killed that troll. Checking around, see if there's any treasure, but nothing really. And that was an arrow that came in from off screen and managed to hit me in midair. Most of the time the archers are terrible shots, but sometimes they get really lucky. That one was just leading his shots particularly well. And he paid dearly for it. And up here is a very poorly hidden secret. A rather shoddy prize. Just a couple of bucks. Particularly worth doing in there. We got more ramps. Not sure why I almost missed that, but double rush saves the day again. And one of those boulders was alive, unexpectedly. He's guarding the path to a torch that we're going to need to get to. Oh. And we got clobbered, and the fucking boulder guy is laughing at us for it. Kind of cool that they programmed that in, though. Blasted a ton of fireballs at that guy, but he didn't actually die. Not sure why. Maybe he's just slightly out of range. We do what we need to. Just narrowly avoided another boulder. Desperately needed hearts. I'm trying to lure him up to that explosive barrel. He got a lucky shot and blew the one up that you're supposed to use against him when he landed without dying. I got bored with him. That guy prematurely ejected. That takes care of all those plant guys. Just one more tower. And a never-ending supply of boulders. That down there is actually the third torch that we're supposed to light. We missed the second. That second torch that we need is directly below our current location, as we'll be seeing in a second. Yeah, it's in a very awkward position down there. It's slightly easier to hit from the other side before the ramp, but taking advantage of some slightly dubious hitboxes and some careful aiming, and a little bit of luck, you can just barely hit it from this side. That was the last of the torch locks. This hallway here is intensely pointless. These enemies are basically no threat. Tried to kill him just to show off, but he just doesn't want to get near that explosive. These guys can be killed with actual damage from some attacks and not others, but yeah, they're not really worth it. Double rush didn't save me that time. And again, blasted too badly. Here's some more of that purple rock, veiny, gross stuff that we saw at the summit. It's a hint that we're getting close. Just gotta go through one more platforming section. One more stone troll. We're gonna see his other attack here. His Voltron attack. Shoots his arms at us, then he pulls them back in like rubble. But he also pulled in his own doom. after getting hit. Just wanted to take a quick oil bath to refill our health. And more optional troll fights. It is really, really fun to burn them. There's no archers in this section, but the platforming is quite a bit more difficult. So it's a good thing they didn't include any archers. They do keep spawning guys on the bottom if you want to grind up some multipliers. It's kind of lucky to make that in one shot. This is surprisingly difficult, because if you rush a second time there, you kind of roll up and then roll back down, and it's a mess. And then this is just a ridiculous shot. I can't believe I made it in one. First time I did this section, I kept missing it, falling all the way down to the bottom level and having to do it again. It took probably 10 whole minutes of just rolling into that stupid tube. If you go too high, you miss it. If you go too low, you miss it. It's angled slightly down. It's just awful. But we're through it. And that puts us at the summit. Nice full moon out there.
Finally, a friendly face! I've been stuck up here forever. Anyway, if we're going to get home, we'll need the elemental warrior in this cave. You can get it back. I just know it.
Not sure why she has such confidence in us, but we're gonna go get that elemental warrior. I think one per episode is enough, so I'll leave it to next episode. See you then.